Get into this interview right now. Tell us who is Rankin Maggie. Where were you born?
Well, Rankin Maggie, born in Westmoreland, Jamaica, Savlamar Hospital, central part of Jamaica, even when Kingston. May I say, Westmoreland, Jamaica, Savlamar Hospital, even when Kingston is the first capital, and Mobile is the second one, you know. Yeah, man. We originate in a central part of Jamaica. We talk about all over the world, Westmoreland. I know I say Ouchi and Mobile mention a lot, but when you say Negril, a 7 mile away sun, Crystal Blue Beach, you see me?
Yeah, definitely.
Load of thing about Irish. I walk, go up at them place there. And my community, like my community. So it's a load of thing, you see me?
All right, straight. So bring us back as a child. What was life like for you growing up in Kingston, Jamaica back in the days?
No. I'm from Westmoreland, Negril side of place called.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? For us outside, we say Kingston, Jamaica. All right. Well, what was life rather in Jamaica for you growing up as a child?
Well, growing up at that, I'm not gonna hide from my grow up hood and thing like that. I think it was tough still, but still as a youth growing up, I'm not saying I'm living the best life, but my father, he usually really look out for me if he make sure say my stomach is full, and in the end of the day, like my mom, when I was like 10, she already moved to the UK, so I mostly was depending on my father, but my father kind of lay him head, that boundary. I have to make sure that my stomach is full, So yeah, it's not like say I'm having the best life, but I think it was some good life as the time as a youth growing up. So I'm not saying I'm living this superstar life, but the way how my father grew me to be independent and make sure say my stomach always full. I just say, good, but even in that time, with elder people that, would have more responsibility, would even on a more tougher time on me. You see what I'm saying? But yeah.
That's quite interesting you say that, Maggie, because you know what, not too many guys can actually say the same as you are saying right now. You were saying your father always make sure you have a meal to put in your stomach, which is excellent, isn't it? Because I'm sure growing up in your time, there were a lot of broken home, a lot of single parents and stuff like that. So yeah, we understand. Your mom went away to the UK and stuff like that, and your father basically had to juggle with you. What was life like? Tell us, what was life like for you as a young male actually growing up with a father? Because 9 times out of 10, young boys always gravitate to the mother and stuff like that. What was that transition like for you? Your mom going away to the UK, and then you had to stay back with your dad.
Well, the truth and fact about it, you make sure that school is one of the most recent thing. I usually like, because we're in the countryside. It's always like we have a farm, and it's not like we have my dad have load of cows, and I was responsible. Me and my brother bring the goat to the hills in the morning, and he would say like he gonna spit the ground and it's dry, and I don't back to go to school. That and thing like that. So you push and tie the goat and come make sure say the river to get a shower, ready for school and thing like that. Yeah, it was one of them. It was still fun, because at the end of the day, them thing they kind of from a youthful days like I'm responsible for a big man job, so it's kind of keep me in a way to like try to be myself, and so yeah, I'm not saying it's the best, but for me, for now, I'm still, it made me be in a level to kind of understand myself to a fullest, to stay away from trouble and, just good for myself and others, So yeah,
Awesome, awesome. Where was the sibling? Do you have brothers and sisters?
yeah, man.
So tell us about that. Being with your dad and also your brothers and sister. What was life like in the home for you as a young male as well to your other siblings as well?
uh, yeah, yeah. Well, if you about that, start my journey there still, like I was the youngest one, you know. I was like a kids them time they're like some 5 year old, I come up 6 year old, and then I have a bigger sister and thing like that. So Jamaican people see and thing like that. You know, if you and you go get like say you get caught up in certain things and thing like that to bring a baby, so it can kind of break family and thing like that, something like that. So yeah, that's how kind of was with my father still because my bigger sister did get her first youth, and my father old in days, them time there when I'm talking about is about like it was like some 79 coming up 80,
Awesome.
People them days they strict, and if they daughter where they put pride in go get themselves caught up in pregnancy and thing like that, that can cause a big thing in the yard, you understand, and the mother always protecting the daughter, so yeah.
So will you say back then, Rankin Maggie, there were more of a you have the community spirit, and also you have the neighbor, you have the family support for you as a young boy. If you were to step out the line and stuff like that back in those days, I mean, some neighbor down the street definitely going to bring you back in line.
In our community, we usually have a lady called Miss Daphne, and she was the mother of the community, She tried to let sure say everybody in talk, and if there's a war or a fight or whatsoever you wanna call it, she tried to like keep it under certain, you know. She's the elder, and yeah, she always look out for me because it was my father, cousin, and she always make sure that I'm eat food, and even when I cook for myself, and sometimes you just say I'm coming in late at night when I go look for the cows, and cow them give me a whole heap of problem and run up and down all over the hay, and step back, and and I'm coming.
That's like some good old country days.
Yeah. It is. But
All
in
right.
the end of the day, you know how it goes, My father always like said like keep it independent because my dad always like, you know, he's a man that he's work for himself, and if even when I youth if I'm growing up, say I'm 15 or so, and I say somebody have a little thing in the community, and I'd go over there and say I wanna do a little work, and he don't wanna have that, because he have work for me, you understand? And he yeah, so it was something like that, you see me? So yeah,
Awesome,
yeah.
awesome. So I mean, you as you said, your background was not the greatest, but you know what? You have a lot to be thankful for.
Yeah, man, it was great man. It was great I'm not gonna say that.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, so let's get down now to your music. How this whole music thing actually started for Rankin Maggie? At what point in your life you actually realized, you know what, this whole music thing is within your heart?
Music is a thing that it with me from birth still, but you know, the place where I born and grew up in Jamaica, music is not our first priority, because we so from where the music is created, where in my time it was Kingston. You see me? And I'm like by transport station is like 3.5 hours to get there to the capital. You see? So think about your musical journey as a youth, You have to just keep love music and know that music in you, because remember, I don't know in the Caribbean, that we create music where we used like a board with line and thing like that to make the guitar and thing like that. We play instrument with bamboo and enough things, and we get the string with the line we put into message box, and you got there one end and your friend over there DJ.
Oh yeah. Absolutely, I do remember.
We have whole heap of creation in the street about music. So, in the end of the day, it was there. Plus, where I came from, in Westmoreland, is the central part that's, throughout the 80s, come till about 96. Alan Ball in the Top Hill. It was the central part for all show.
Right.
That whole in Westmoreland. Otherwise would be Whiskey Business on the beach of Alfred, Treehouse, or it was Bigger Lawn, so till it come MX3 Lawn. You see what I'm saying? So till like in 1996, from our land, it moved to a place called Landilo up in Savlamar, that up in George's Plain, out of Froome, because they was having this stage show called Reggae Konza. That's when it was coming through, and Beanie Man Clash and Elephant Man and the man they jumping off a stage and thing like that. That's how it did move up there. So from Free Place, because up there so was like massive lawn, bigger than the amount of people that come to that show. It couldn't hold in our lawn, but otherwise from that, it was our place from since. So I'm saying.
Beautiful. So bring us back, Rankin Maggie. The first time we actually held the microphone in your hands, what was that moment like for you?
I ain't gonna lie, The first time I hold microphone in my hand, the reality of the lyrics wouldn't be like lyrics or, we shouting, because I was like kids anyway, because, come to I get back, as I say, where I come from is the part there that all the music, anywhere in the country, people come from, promoter, them would I wanna put.
Got you. Uh-huh.
Once the dance, yes, I sell out, is on the main going to Negril, you understand? Is the central part, was the hot spot. And I say is up in 96 when or a party at Red Kwanzaa. That's what they really moved the party from our place, Alan Ray, over Top Hill. Ballground, any name you wanna call it. You see what I'm saying? So you see that place. I can mention a whole heap of artists that came there that, me myself, I speak to them. I bring them budget of weed. Because when they come, they're not driving a car, Michi. As big as them is not driving a car, they come on the sound that, when the sound comes to string up in the lawn, so they would come early in the day. So when we kick in football in the evening, so we kicking football on the same pitch, you see what I'm saying? They were talking to, having conversation with them, and load of big artists, can call name and can say the place, and they can't say I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So music is I'm not like no stranger to music. You see what I'm saying? It's just
right.
We grow Westmoreland and we grow Cess. We give to the artists. We promote them. So if you see, I'm always creating around music. If I'm not, I'm preparing the marijuana for the artists and things like that.
Got you. We had a conversation. You actually met the great icon. You actually spent some time around him as well. Tell the listeners about that. The great Robert Nesta Marley.
Yeah. You know that. I was going same place down at the same place where I'm talking about, because I'm from famous place where all the music always happen. At those time, I was like 7, 8 year old. And There was a place called Little Bay in Westmoreland, the seaside, and in those days, he have like a thatch house on the front of the sea. There is a famous place you can look up it on YouTube. We call Baden Hole. That's that's next to him place. So Baden Hole is my grandfather and the next man who discovered that hole back in the days. You know, because my grandfather, the man there was playing music as well. And because the man there usually when I'm growing up, they have in him house him have a thing called floatina. I don't know if you know that thing that is stretched like that.
Yeah, I have an idea. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an instrument floatina, I know it called. You understand?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I certainly do.
Yeah, my grandfather usually have, and we usually put every Sunday to play that, But anyway, him discovered that hole. And next to that hole, Bob Marley, he usually have a house, a thatch house. And that area, you can go ask Ziggy Marley, them or any one of them. No joke.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right,
go on. And you just creep under the fence and go over in the yard because the house was usually right there, and it was just be a Rasta man over there puffing, playing guitar, and them have them hammer tent where them just swinging and they never rush me, and they keep them usual there. Usual play pan the sun, football him and Peter Touch and them man there. Pan the sun up and Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown was a famous rich man. And he usually have like a coconut warm and him have the stage that they usually perform playing all these guitar and singing, performing. So that's where I usually see him, in person as a youth, as a growing up, as I say about 7, 8.
I reckon. I mean, those great memories forever live in you, within you.
Yeah, I have a lot of memory in me, and I don't forget my memory, because my memory keep me from, it's my consciousness, Maybe if I don't have this memory, I caught in trouble and thing because everyday temptation and thing like that.
Got you, man. Got you.
Me, it's like my past, my elder them in me, and they, maybe I come to the world before and they have bad times. So this time I'm living as a good person. You understand? So, I
got you.
Have in life that, maybe I was here before. Maybe life is just nature.
Got you, my man. All right, let's shift away from the music for a little moment.
Yep.
When you moved to the United Kingdom, what was that transition like for you? Coming from Jamaica, moving to a big country now, where it's so diverse. What was that transition like for you?
Well, the truth is about this, coming to the UK, I never really kind of frightened coming to the UK because one time I say to myself, I'm not even going to come to the UK. So I'm saying, because when I was like teenager, I said my mom came here a long time. You see me? She already came for me when I was like 14, innit? She already filed for me, filing, and there was some little misunderstanding that when she came, I did have the wrong passport and,
Wow.
Have an adult passport, and then, she wanna take me because, so she bring in my sister passport but my sister never came to England before, you see what I'm saying? If she put me on her passport, that come, but you see never regret nothing, you see what I'm saying? Because maybe if I came them time there, maybe I'm not speaking to you or thing like that. So I'm still when I came to the UK, and I appreciate that I'm in the UK, and I appreciate that, one time I not even was thinking like I'd make a music. I was doing different things. That's as you asked me what life was when I came to the UK.
Right.
Other type of style, and I'm working at different type of things, but I love music, so I'm always in my work era, in my house, on the street, Even my friend, he always say, "Oh, you always DJing," I love music, music is a part of me, and I never know that how to make a music like to the public, and to speaking to you at this moment, But in me, I know from long time, I have it in me, because I usually follow my bigger brother and other some DJ in Jamaica when down at my place where I came from, as I said, because we're in the countryside and in my time, everything is happening in Kingston. There was a guy from my era that went to Kingston to make a tune, and he made the tune, and that tune was a hit. Yeah, and him would be the road for us. But for some reason, I don't know what happened. He never go back to do nothing, and that song just got to race. I know the song, even till now. I know the song,
That's quite unfortunate, isn't it?
Yeah, the song was a big song, man. Him go and record it, him get interview on them time there was JBC, him in the studio for 1 week, him in the studio and big boss him get, but I don't know what's happened.
Right, right, right. All right. You know what? Let's take it back a little. I mean, as an elder, you have seen the rise. I don't want to say fall, really, because it's not the standard the way it should be. Our music right now. So you have seen the great part of it from the 80s coming in the 90s. I would say more in the 90s when dancehall really started. What?
I said Lord in the 80s. I say I've been there I've been carrying in arm.
Right. So from then to now, obviously there's a lot of changes and stuff like that within the music industry. All right.
Yeah.
Where do you see the quality and the standard of dancehall music today?
Not like first, but I'm a lover for music. So when it's music, I don't like to criticize music. I like to support.
Definitely.
It's not like every music that make nowadays is the standard of the music, but you have to remember that from back in the days when music was made, you have, unless back in the 60s was a different type of things, was some ska and rock and roll and, but, coming in the 80s, you still have DJ that make tough music like gangster music and, and you have people who deal with the love side. You have people who deal with like the soca and beat and things. So music is a thing that, music is a thing. Once the instrument is put on, and if you love music and can feel music, you can feel it in the instrument, especially when the artist is coming with something that really put the instrument together to make it combine and really give you that kick in you, is, I hard to criticize music because I love music. You see what I'm saying?
True, I got you.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
what I would like to know, what can we do as this jack, as Hearties, etc., possibly to get back to where we used to? Because what I'm talking about, when I say where we used to, it's not like before, it never had no violence. It's not like before, guys never sing about whatever between a woman leg or whatever it is. But there was something called creative writing. What can we do to basically get back to those days in terms of creating writing? Because right now, when you listen to some songs, it tells you as it is. You don't need to bend your mind deep within to figure out what is it on record. It's very clear.
Yeah. I think for my state and my look through things, I think that the to get it back to where we were before and to how the artists who coming up nowadays is picturing things is what I'm saying. It would be different from the artists them. I tell you that when in my community I was seeing before, I can name like Mr. Lexus and Mr. Vegas and these Assassin and them man, they were usually come with Jamrock sound and they come from early in the days and things like that and sit at the fence side and we kicking football And when we kick football, they have a conversation because them man they don't have a car yet. You see what I'm saying? Then I like a Tiger, then we are come on big bike and Charlie Chaplin and Josie Whale, them man they we are come with Entourage and them upcoming artists and them have to come with this song. You see what I'm saying? Because as I say, in my area, you see what I'm saying? So these youth now, it's like, it's not like they're not working, they're doing the job, and for them music nowadays, so you can't go say you're looking for better when it's the youth days, you see what I'm saying? It's just like when it was what you call them, Shabba Ranks them days, it's still for them days nowadays, but through them veteran, they're punching something big and then they chill, and the youth them just trying to get them thing and show them that Jamaican is talented regarding how you take it.
No question mark about that. No question mark about that. Goes without saying.
Yeah.
So what do you think about more collaboration? Do you think we have more collaboration, we have more unity within the dancehall industry? Because it's like, man, let's be clear. Let's not turn a blind eyes or turn a deaf ears or turn mute towards the current climate that we are living in the era of dancehall music. It is not the same. It is not the same of the 1990s. It is not.
Because it's like nowadays artists is more younger fashion, and all of them know about chopping the line and dial up and thing like that. So it's a quick intention of rise. So it's not like the thing that they sing about is what they wanna do, but them see it as a quick rising, you understand? So, if they sing about this thing, they're more recognizing, you see what I'm saying? So they're just following the line. It's not like the artist is the bad guys and doing right.
Like that. So I mean, if I understand to pick sense what you were saying, basically, a lot of time these artists is like, you know what? If you not sing what the masses want, you naga bus.
Naga bus. That's it.
Gotcha.
And then as they say in this song, eat and it's so I'm saying it's stack up and thing like that. It's not like say they are bad. It's not, them not creating no problem, They're singing about the system and no one create the system. It's the politician or the Babylon who we all come here for the system. People all about the home going empty and so in the end of the day the artist is basing on what is before them, you understand? It's not like them really like go kill somebody or thing like that, it's just people like chop a song in it.
That is very true. You know what? You know what? You know what, bro? Let's get into a song right now. Rankin. Yeah, let's get into this song right now. Yeah, Rankin Maggie. Let's get into this song right now.
Yeah. You want a song? Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, people, this is the man Ragged Man Kid. Out to London, England, I tell you people.
Straight.
You better know me are the real king.
Hey.
You better know me are the real king.
Check him on the YouTube, I tell you people, Ragged Man Kid, out to the United Kingdom.
You better know me are the real king. No boy can style me. Ranky Maggie, where me name me from?
Hey.
From a little you me go here east one. Inna the mountain chop down the land.
What is the big shout out to all our listeners on Facebook right now, wherever you are right across the globe. It's over the vibes to the Friday Night Vibes, King Rocco, HG alongside Raggy Mankin, out to the United Kingdom.
Try the band. You know me from Westmoreland. You better know me are the real king. Know me are the real king.
I tell people, turn up your radio, turn up your radio right now.
Turn up.
up.
Me near ranking Maggie, so me style them bad. No marry you when me go up, me go up.
Listen, people, listen to Ranking Maggie. One is a big shout out to the man Subverted down in Kingston, Jamaica.
How where the hotel them bill up on? How where the tourists them chill out, man? ATI, where them keep no man? With the B party them ram. Margarita will go be a sexy girl. In a them hot bikini.
Check him out, tell people on YouTube, Ranking Maggie.
Up top.
You better know me or the
Girl one.
Up top, up top, up top, up top. Boom, 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 boom.
Low.
Up a lot, up a lot, up a lot.
Exclusive.
Yeah, up top. We got a few minutes remaining, Maggie, because the next interview coming up shortly. But you know what? Tell us what was the mess behind this song.
Well, you know the mess behind this song. The mess behind this song is like, you know, I have these type of song, you understand, but really, you know, the song I did have it in a different format, and there was a day like my virgin really did get me upset. You know, after me and him I make some music, and he really rate me, and you know, as a, I not say I'm a bit little older than him, and you know, it like say, you know, in the end of the day, we go up on a work, and I don't know what was the problem, but him decide that he gonna mash me up, and you know, he gonna mash up my vehicle and thing like that, and I can't come back down at Brixton, and I say, I'm crazy, man. I'm the G for Brixton G, so you know. Then me have a Bridget,
Gotcha.
in Big Bob's way, the producer who mix and build the beat and everything, you know. You know, I come with the idea, and I was suggest to him, and you know, and say, yeah, I like that flow, you know why you go back and written it out.
I must confess to you, it's beautiful. I like how you ride that beat.
Yeah. Everyone said that, you know, people give me a load of thumbs up, you know, have other tunes, but you know, everyone.
You know that song there, Maggie, it's more of a hustler song to me.
Yeah. Definite. It's like a standout in the street song, like, you know, you're out there and you just out there for yourself, and you know, you just make sure say, boy, you're a G, you know, you're a real G, and yeah, it's like a hustler song, you know. It's like the thing, you understand?
Yeah, definitely. You know what? Let's get into the next song right now. Let's get into the next song with you. I tell the people, Raggy Mankin out to the United Kingdom.
Fucking money. Fucking money. Fucking money.
Money, dollar sign.
Yeah! F money. Big money. F money. Vibes! F money. Big money.
It's over the vibes, Friday Night Vibes, Ranking Maggie.
Big money, I talk about.
Yo, King Rocco. Nobody can play one time. Pull it up to bump. Yo, King Rocco HD. Corey from West Palm Beach. Pull it up.
Louder.
This is your girl Daydream. You're listening to the Friday Night Vibes with your man, King Rocco HD.
Ranking Maggie, I tell you, people up in the building.
F money.
F money.
Money. Big money. F.
We want it all about money, pile up.
Money.
More money.
A big money, I talk.
Hey,
In my pocket.
talk to them, Ranking Maggie.
For my money. I know US dollar, so I know S money.
Hey.
Money that a F money. A big money. Big money.
Lord.
Big money. Big money. And the brand red and red.
Our money we are pre right now, yeah? Our money we are pre. Rockin' Maggie, I tell you people out in the UK.
Anywhere me go in on the road. Hey, mother road. Let me bucket full up and dead money. The queen dead. So a king charge dead, want me money. So a king money. Queen dead, king money.
Yeah, people, look how we right now. Look how we in the studio right.
Alright.
Look how we Facebook. Dollar sign, we are pre the money. We don't have time for pre, no bad vibes, no bad man, nobody. Our money, we are pre.
Money.
Move the queen head from.
Dollar sign, hey.
Me say I have money.
Boop.
Me get me.
Louder.
The girl them say me sweet like a honey. Fill me pocket,
Yeah, and I know keeping it real and righteous, you know. I'm Mikey John, I big up the one and only King Rocco HD. You don't know, for the best in reggae music. Attack fire blaze. Come cast.
when me eat it, fill me pocket full up and dash money. The queen.
Check them out, people. Rankin Maggie. Check them out on YouTube, alright? Rankin Maggie. Out to the UK.
King money.
Only for money, we are pre. Money. We want to see the money there. Pile up. Yo, Maggie, talk to us, my youth.
The King Rocco.
Boop.
Out. Load up.
Up and loud. You know what? Let's get into this shit right now. Let's get back to money, and we want right. And money, we are pre.
King money.
Money.
Fucking money.
Only for money, I tell you people, US dollar, pounds, Canadian dollar, euro. Big up everybody on the live right now, Facebook, right across the globe.
Money. Big money. F money. In me pocket.
Rockin' Maggie, telling people, check him out to tell you people.
I know US dollar, so I know S money.
Yeah.
Me money that a F money. A big money. Big money.
Quite little.
Big money.
Red and white. Purple and green. Plastic no.
I tell the people, upcoming artists out to the UK.
Anywhere me go in on the road.
Turn it up now.
The queen dead.
It's over the vibes to the Friday Night Vibes. King Rocco, HG alongside the man Rocky Maggie out to the UK.
King money. The queen dead. Alright. So I keep charging, gonna de want me money.
Hey.
Want me money.
Pick up every hustler right now. Every hustler up on the 95 right now. You have to do what you have to do to make some money. Rocky man, can I tell you?
King money.
All
Big money.
hustling.
Yeah. Yeah, talk to them, Rockin' Maggie.
Loud.
Louder. Boop.
When me eat
Bonjour tout le monde, it's me your girl Jonelle representing. You are now tuned in with your number one station, UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
Lord, King Rocco.
Yo, Rocky, talk to me. Talk to the people.
Yeah, man, me there. And I want to get familiar to Rankin Maggie. And I just natural and everything. As me said before, as me enter the program, me never know that I make a music to the public, to the world. You see what I'm saying? And right now, from one music, you start from until at the moment, I have about 24 so and still going strong. You see me? And
Awesome, man. Awesome.
if someone to say, why you making music or thing like that? Because when people speak to me about, they say, oh, your voice and this tone in your voice and thing like that and things. So if I did even to say I don't want to make the music and to think the music give somebody else, the next thing I couldn't give.
Hold on, Ranky Maggie. Hold on. What do you think? You know, song too yardy. What do you think? You sound like you come from Downing Street or one of them places there.
People always say that, but the difference why that happening is what I'm saying. It's because of where I'm from in Jamaica and the type of people that we are communicate with and come in contact with. I'm from Negril. And when we say Negril, it's 7 miles of sun. So think about that, all the hotels.
Gotcha.
For a long time, we are dealing with the world. You see what I'm saying? So even here, people say that I'm not Jamaican. People comparing, even a lady who related to like my brother. And, one time I went to a restaurant and she was saying, oh, you're not from Jamaican, And a lady have to look and say, oh, that's Big John brother. That's Miss Lola's son. He said, oh, you don't speak like a Jamaican. You're from somewhere. I try to be a Jamaican and thing. We dealing with tourists from, I tell you we are born in Westmoreland, but we say we're born in music and tourist industry and high-grade farming. You see what I'm saying? So we have multitude culture to deal with. We can't be a farmer, we can't be an artist, we can't be a tourist, we can't be a that, and it's Westmoreland, so I totally understand where you're coming from. Say I don't sound like a yardie, but
all right, Maggie. In the interest of time and stuff like that, there's anybody definite you would like to shout out right now before we wrap it up?
Yeah, man, I shout out to all of my, big up like Down a Yard and, my cousin Buster and, Roland Taras, Neville Murray and Sheldon and, all of my massive up in a retreat mountain and all my Jamaican people. And I'm shouting out to the world, so I'm just shouting out to the people who related to me, because the people who related to me, most of them see me every day, having a regular conversation, So I like to shout out global to, to the world and, make them know I'm there and, if them I wonder, they never hear about me and, as I say, me never stop freestyle from my youth and I grew up in music and where I come from, I see many big artists come my way, I speak to them and, I'm Jamaican, man, Jamaican love music and weed and girls and, cars and, things, and, I just want to do this because one time I don't think I would be doing it, but, I'd have a bigger brother and he usually do it in Canada and speak and things like that. And he dropped out regarding put out a music to the world. So one friend, a lady, she heard me one night during the Corona time. The amount of beat them come and I was just like, I'm the star in the place. He said, brother, you should write your lyrics and go and spit it. And I never do nothing and she spot me a few times and she asked me, you don't do nothing yet? He just said, all right, just get back to it because when I was growing up in my era, me and my friend, we usually like spit during the day. My brother usually have a sound system and we usually catch it on cassette and we play it back to the community through the night. So, we already was doing this from, long time, So,
Straight.
Girl, give you whole heap of strength because you're a strength builder. you know, and hold up a blessing upon you to find me in a little corner and try to expose me to the world to let them know I'm here. So I'm saying, how much girl checking in, how much ladies and gentlemen, but in the end of the day, I appreciate this, you know, and the listening age and who would be preying the interview after, you know, they can get a sense from it as well where you're coming from and let them know, say, they might have just hear about me, but we're there a long time, you know, my days, you know.
Definitely.
You know.
So person could definitely check your music out on YouTube. You're also on Instagram, all the social media that your music is currently on, right?
Even Amazon and these and everywhere. I'm ready. I'm recording and really tune core, you know. So when I'm released to tune core, it's on every platform from Tencent, you know, from Deezer, from, you know, all of them. Music, Mark, everybody, every platform I'm on. You know, once they type Ranking Maggie or Kenrick Campbell, my code name behind Ranking Maggie, you know, it's coming. And so I'm saying, you know, I'm everywhere, you know, YouTube, Facebook, and, you know, Insta, you know. Yeah.
Awesome.
Same name, everything. So I'm saying.
So definitely before we wrap up, I want to say a big shout out to international dancehall reggae artist Saverto and DJ Bowen down there in Mellow FM, in Kingston, Jamaica, to make this interview possible. Maggie, what last word would you like to say to any artist that want to make a name out there for themselves? Your last word.
Yeah. Enough big respect to Saverto. Is the G, is my general, and is my blood family. And I'm always trying to reach out to him because I know him in the spotlight. He's the man who was there and he's still there, and he's the man that, you know, as a family, I know that he can help me to reach a load of people, you understand? So I really big up Saverto. You know, I don't have to say that, but it's good to say that to the world. So to go and check out Saverto on YouTube and everything.
Most definitely, man.
Yeah.
Big international artist Saverto.
Yeah. You know, if they hear my voice speaking with King Rocco,
representing for your Rocco and the UVC radio. Shubo to the big tune the Rocco. Sick. Nala.
you see, I just want to bless up everybody in the whole world. You know, bless up my family, my friend them. You know, it's too much friends to go call because you come like a politician.
Too numerous to mention.
A few man. You know, everyone is ranking Maggie low to the world, you see me? And me out here with King Rocco. And, you know, I just make it possible and try to reach as many people as possible to let them know that we're here and we're rising, you see me? And
up top.
Check on YouTube and all the social media. You might find some tune. You don't find everything. The bother one them still to come because them still here are trying to piecing them into EP in a 3-track and 5-track because them is lot to just push out singles, you see me? So yeah, we're working, man. I see they're not the studio with it at the moment. Now we me there, but through me with my brethren, so I have to say, you understand? And you know, them
Definitely.
and I'm coming unit send studio as well, you know, London, you see me? So it's no little studio thing, and you know, I'm just trying to make myself be great like you, King Rocco, you know.
Brother, listen, from your lips, just say from your lips to God ears, man. Great, all right, appreciate that, brother.
Yeah. We can't stop push the energy. We have to build on it, you know. We can't. You know,
yeah, absolutely, definitely, innit?
Yeah. So the energy, if it's not we, the energy is not gonna be there, you know. So if we shut we mouth up, nothing not gonna happen, you know. We just have
everything must come natural, man.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what, Rocky Monkey, we definitely got to close up. But you know what? I'm going to definitely get you back up in the building sometime soon. All right. Appreciate you being here tonight, my brother.